Hey guys, welcome back to BuildABook. Today we have a custom half track. I've done multiple videos on this truck chassis, but in this video I've took out the giant rocket launcher thing and then I placed in a shorter chassis and I placed in tracks. So it is now a custom half track. Now, if you don't know what a half track is, this. It's a track in the back and the tire in the front. Now, these are not powered. The track and sprocket wheel is, and the wheel in the front just turns it. Now, these were used extensively in World War II, used by Germany and America. So the Germans, I think they had the SDKFZ 251, which is the Sonderkraft Fahrzeug 251. I don't know if I pronounced that right at all. The Sonderkraft Fahrzeug. I don't know. It's a weird name. Germans are not really the best at coming at with names because I mean the tiger, it's a cat, and then now in today's world you have the leopard, so they just name things after cats, and I mean it's not that bad, but I mean you could be clever and name it after American heroes like America does, like the Abrams was named after that one guy, the general, and then the Sherman. The Sherman was named after a World War One commander or something. I don't know all that, but I just know that's it. But anyways, let's get back to the half track. The I based this off this here. I based it mostly on an M3 half track, but I guess since we're talking about Germany, I'll talk about the uh, SDKFZ 251. Place of origin was Nazi Germany, of course, so 1940s Germany, and it was used by multiple armies fighting with Germany, so uh, Italy, I guess, and yeah, it only served in World War II. Uh, the armor was angled so it could stop. I mean, like a pistol round, I guess. There's not a lot of armor on half tracks, so if you come across anything other than, if you cross paths with the tank, you're you're not going to survive, I guess. I mean, sure, the round can just go straight through you and no one will be harmed, but if that thing detonates, you're going to be in trouble. So the designer was Hanomag, and the manufacturer was Hanomag, of course. And the unit cost was around 22,560 Rhinemark. Only approximately 15,000 were made, 15,252. The mass was 7.81 tons, 8.61 short tons. Length was 5.80 meters, 19 feet. The width was 2.10 meters, 6 feet 10 inches. The height was well, I don't know the height. It was like 1.75 meters or something, which would be 1.75 1.75 meters would be 5 feet 9 inches, I think. Had a crew of two, driver and commander, I guess, and it could also be 10 passengers because you have all this room in the back. Of course, this is not the German version, but since half tracks are pretty much the same, they do all the same purpose, which is troop transport or uh, getting people off of the battlefield if they're injured. Uh, all right. So since I based this mostly on an American half track, we'll go ahead and uh, talk about the M3 half track, which was used by America during World War II. It was used by a lot of people, and there's a lot made, and it served in a lot of wars. So World War II, Chinese Civil War, Korean War, First Indonesia War, Costa Rican Civil War, Vietnam War, excuse me, Lo Shan Civil War, something like that. 1973 Arab Israel War, many others. It's pretty much like a Sherman. There was a lot of variants made, mostly anti aircraft. Designed through 1940 through 1941, it was manufactured by Autocar Diamond T, White Motor Company, and the unit cost was around $10,310 in American money, and it was produced through 1941 through 1945, and 53,000, including the variants, were made. That's approximate. The mass was 20,000 pounds, or 9.079 metric tons. Length was 20 feet 3 inches. Sorry, 6.17 meters with roller, and the width was 7 feet 3.5 inches, or 2.223 meters or something. I think that's it. 7 feet and 5 inches for the height, which is 2.20 meters, 2.26 meters. Had a crew of 1, passengers of 12, armor 6 to 12 millimeters, similar on the SDKF 251. The engine was a white 160 AX engine, 147 horsepower, and 110 kilowatts at 3,000 RPM. The power to weight was 16.2. Transmission was a Spicer 3461 constant mesh. Front suspension was the suspension was leaf spring, which is similar to the Shermans, but not really. It looks like the Shermans, but no. Fuel capacity is 60 U.S. gallons, 230 liters. Operational range is 200 miles, which is 200 miles would be 320 kilometers, I think. Maximum speed was around 45 miles per hour, excuse me, which would be 72 kilometers an hour on road. Similar off-road if in good conditions, but this thing would suffer in mud. Now, in my version, this could hold up to 1 crew, which would be the driver, and around, I'd say, 10 passengers. This had a top speed of 50 miles per hour, or, just 50 miles per hour. I'm just making this up as I go. The engine is an engine. I'm making this up. And suspension, who the hell knows? It looks like a trench mark. Or not trench mark. Yeah, trench mark, I guess. It kind of looks like that tank. Maybe. I don't know. Leave your comments down below what tank tracks these look like. Armor, it looks like a couple inches. That's on top. Thick poles here, I guess you would call it, for the windows, and added on stone armor. Or stone. Is this stone? What is this called? Concrete, I bet. Yep, concrete block. Okay. Anyways, this thing is not armored at all. And in most of my tanks, I place gold blocks that are invisible all around it, and I layer it so it'll be protected. Now, driving this thing, there's 6 motors underneath, and the wheels are also powered, so you can turn on a dime. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's no different from probably a normal car, but it's cooler since it's half track. But on water, you suffer. You really do suffer. I mean, look at this. Can't barely turn on the water. Yeah, that's the only flaw with this, I think. Oh, I guess we could go backwards. Now, going upriver and downriver is a bit easier, kinda. We're gonna somehow maneuver our way back into red. I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Okay, so that was the custom half track. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and put notifications on to be notified when my next tank video comes out. I will be doing more modifications to this truck. I've made many others, so please go check out my half track, or not half track, the truck videos. I've made giant anti-mech trucks with this. I've made more missile launching things, and this is a different take on it. I'll use the same truck chassis, half track chassis, and I'll add different weapons in here. I'll probably add a self doing missile, if that makes sense. I'll just put a jet with TNT and a camera, and it will be a remote control missile. That would be cool. Anyways, that's it for the half track. Thank you guys so much for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Do all that YouTube stuff. Subscribe is what I mean. And yeah, bye.